Every tech giant in the world right now is creating a VR/AR world, and Facebook is one of them. Facebook is one of the many tech behemoths building a VR/AR world at the moment. The company's first attempt at creating a VR world was Facebook Horizon, which was released in 2019. To access this, users need to receive an invitation and don an Oculus headset, but it didn't end there. In August, a feature called Horizon Workrooms was introduced to enable co-workers wearing VR headsets to hold meetings in a virtual environment where they all appear as cartoonish 3D versions of themselves. But hold on, how much money does Facebook, now known as Meta, expend on the metaverse, given all the technology they're introducing into the market? In this video, we're going to be breaking down why you should care about Facebook's big push into the metaverse and how much they are actually spending. What can you call this? Call it the next big thing in technology, a business strategy, or even a techno-dystopian nightmare. It's just the metaverse. But wait, what is the metaverse? Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, thinks it's the future of the internet and his trillion-dollar business because it's most simply defined as a virtual world where people can socialize, work, and play. After Facebook changed its name to Meta in 2021, the term Metaverse quickly gained popularity, but many people are still unsure of what the term actually means and whether or not they should take it seriously. In the future, the Metaverse is expected to be a much more advanced environment. According to Zuckerberg, the Metaverse isn't just virtual reality and will be available on a variety of computing platforms, including virtual and augmented reality, as well as on desktop computers, mobile devices, and gaming consoles. Facebook's founder described the Metaverse as a persistent synchronous environment where we can be together, which I think is probably going to resemble some kind of hybrid between the social platforms that we see today, but an environment where you're embodied in it. So how is Facebook building the Metaverse? The Metaverse isn't a single product one company can build alone, according to Andrew Bosworth and Nick Clegg of Facebook Reality Labs. They also noted that it would exist whether Facebook is there or not. They also said that such a metaverse won't be built overnight and would likely take another 10 to 15 years before becoming a reality. The company was well aware of this when they disclosed the hiring proposal in Europe to advance their plans for the metaverse. They added that no one company will own and operate the metaverse, and that its key features will be its openness and interoperability. This means collaboration and cooperation among businesses, developers, creators, and policymakers. Today, popular gaming platforms like Fortnite and Roblox are experimenting with virtual immersive worlds. Recently, Roblox hosted a virtual reality concert featuring pop star Ariana Grande, which takes this technology one step ahead. The Omniverse platform that connects 3D virtual worlds is reportedly being developed by the graphics company NVIDIA, whereas Facebook has stated that the metaverse will require continued investment in product and tech talent, as well as growth across the business. It has already announced an investment of $50 million in order to work with business partners, civil rights organizations, governmental agencies, nonprofit organizations, and academic institutions to determine how to build these technologies responsibly. And now it has announced that it plans to hire 10,000 highly skilled workers in Europe to advance the development of the metaverse. So how much is Facebook spending on the metaverse? In addition to creating metaverse applications and services, Facebook plans to invest more than $10 billion in hardware and augmented reality, virtual reality, and related technologies. During the company's third-quarter earnings call, CEO Mark Zuckerberg warned investors that the company would increase investment in the area but would not see a return on that investment for some time. According to Zuckerberg, Facebook must first develop a lot of fundamental technology before it can generate any substantial profits from AR and VR. He added that he hoped to accomplish that goal by the end of the decade. In the meeting, he said, "Our goal is to help the metaverse reach 1 billion people." He also added, that's when it could also become a real business story. In its release of Q3 earnings, Facebook revealed its significant expenditure on AR/VR hardware and associated software and services. The company stated that it anticipated a $10 billion reduction in operating profit in 2021 as a result of its investment in Facebook Reality Labs. "We are dedicated to making this long-term vision a reality. and we anticipate increasing our investments over the coming years. Facebook will begin reporting Facebook Reality Labs as a separate reporting segment in its quarterly earnings reports with Q4's financial results. According to a statement released by the business, they stated that they are devoting significant resources toward their augmented and virtual reality products and services, which are a crucial component of their work to develop the next generation of online social experiences. In total, Facebook made $29 billion in revenue in the third quarter, up from $21.5 billion in the corresponding period last year. Facebook executives also emphasized a renewed effort to attract younger users with features like Reels, which heavily draws inspiration from TikTok, a service that Zuckerberg referred to as one of the most effective competitors we have ever faced. In addition to their focus on the metaverse, Facebook executives also highlighted other topics. Why is Facebook going after the metaverse? Facebook is willing to make those investments because it believes that the metaverse will replace the mobile internet. Technology gives Zuckerberg and Facebook a chance to outperform the competition. In contrast to Apple or Google, which developed iOS and Android, Facebook does not own an operating system. You might be surprised to learn that there have been disagreements between Facebook and Apple regarding the prices Apple charges for purchases made through its iPhone apps. Through its terms for developers, Apple exerts high control over companies like Facebook. With the drive through initiating the metaverse experience, it surely is an opportunity for Facebook to rely less on Apple and Google. The marketing chief of Facebook Reality Labs also stated that there is an extraordinary opportunity for Facebook to build value in the metaverse. The metaverse will also provide them with another opportunity to establish something that they lack and has been an impediment to for years. This also makes absolute sense for any of these big tech companies to invest in the metaverse, given that they have the necessary capabilities, assets, and interest in it. Some of Facebook's investments in virtual reality, however, are viewed as a distraction from the company's tedious real-world issues by some companies that function close to the business. The former vice president of partnerships and marketing at Facebook, Brian Boland, also added his thoughts, saying that building the metaverse would be a lot more fun than having to address difficult questions. Not long ago, Facebook was facing problems like political polarization, the spread of misinformation regarding privacy issues, and teenagers' mental health. But if Facebook builds the metaverse, it would only offer the company a chance to refocus Facebook's mission on developing new things rather than just fixing a problematic existing product. With this, Facebook might take on even more significance in our lives. If the metaverse takes off the way Facebook hopes it will, the company will grow even more dominant than it already is. But unfortunately, as of now, Facebook's operations are subject to some restrictions set by Apple and Google, the two tech behemoths that effectively control access to the mobile internet. With the help of the metaverse, Facebook might be freed from these limitations in the future. If Facebook is successful in becoming a trailblazing creator of the metaverse, it will be the company creating and marketing virtual reality headsets used to access the metaverse, and it may also have control over a sizable app store dispensing metaverse software. With all of this, Facebook would have more power and influence over the internet in the future than it does now on mobile devices. At a fundamental level, this implies that even more people would use Facebook, and they would do so in a manner that is more immersive and interactive than how they currently use its products. If you believe that Instagram or Facebook's main app can draw users into content filter bubbles with captivating, never-ending scrolling, try picturing users wearing headsets and only paying attention to the Facebook-created alternate reality that they are in. Additionally, if you're already concerned about Facebook's effect on privacy, the metaverse would give the company access to a variety of new data sources, including finger and facial movements, and possibly, in the future, brain reading. Although Facebook has stopped using the facial recognition technology it previously employed on its primary platform, it has stated that it may still do so in the metaverse. Since the trial regarding the privacy issue, Facebook has made amends and claims to be taking privacy, moderation, and safety concerns seriously. The company stated, "We must be mindful of this as we design, iterate, and release products to the market." In order to make the metaverse safe, the company claims to be working with nonprofits, governmental organizations, and civil rights organizations, as well as funding corresponding outside research. Facebook's initiatives may lead to the normalization of spending time in the metaverse in the same way that it did with the online sharing of our private lives. The distinction between our real life and our digital life has already gotten hazier during the pandemic, as billions of people all over the world have relied on technology in previously unheard of ways to connect with one another through interactive games, mock offices, and escapism television. Of course, it's not all clear if Facebook will succeed in its metaverse ambitions. Google failed in its 2014 attempt to popularize VR/AR products with Google Glass because the technology was viewed as uncool and privacy invasive. Facebook will need to persuade people to forego participating in the real world in favor of the metaverse and to have faith in Facebook, a company that has spent the last 5 years embroiled in political and privacy scandals. Well, what do you think about this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. I hope this video gave you a piece of insightful information on Facebook's aim of improving the metaverse. Don't forget to hit the like and share buttons. You can also subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.